up.
I'm in my mom's
Corvette ZR1 was finally unveiled. Okay, maybe not. Unfortunately, we didn't get a lot. We got some fog and some smoke and some Corvette shapes.
And what's in the room?
There are some walls and some ceilings.
Well, at least it was short and to the point, unlike that Charger unveil, you know what I'm saying?
What is that, and who the hell are you?
You serious?
But that still doesn't mean we can't break down what we do know or the high probability of what we know about the Corvette ZR1. So we're gonna dig into a little bit behind the scenes, what's speculated, what the rumor mill is saying, also kind of the ZR1's place in the industry when it finally comes out. So let's get to it. It has been a wild couple of years in the automotive sports car industry. Toyota having a resurgence with 3 sports cars in 1 generation. Yes, I know Toyota and the ZR1 are not in the same price range. However, it still shows the climate of the sports car industry, that people have been getting brave and taking chances. It's great for people like you and me who are enthusiasts. Ford saying that they're gonna basically compete in every motorsport ever around the world, and Jim Farley is a racer himself as the CEO. That helps. Including the crazy GTD Mustang, which is essentially a homologation car. So, you know, with a GT500 engine in it with DRS like Formula One, which lets the car go 210 miles an hour. Crazy stuff. And we found out how expensive it was. Sad day. Still cool that they're building these things though. Nissan coming out with the Nismo Z, which I still have yet to drive, and I really hope that I didn't lose that opportunity, because I might have said on my channel that the manual Supra was a little bit more fun to drive than the normal Nissan Z. Hopefully that wasn't the case. No hard feelings, Nissan, it's just what I thought. Chevy also stopping the production of the Camaro. But I will say, I believe that the C8 Corvette in general as a platform, I think it's been a big hit. I see Corvette C8s every single day. No matter what city I go to visit to do some filming for this YouTube channel, I will always see a Corvette C8 at least once. In fact, it's almost like I see them more than I did of the last 2 generations, but that might be a placebo effect. What do you guys think? Put it down in the comment section below. Do you see C8s a lot? Because I know I do. Maybe it's because it has that appearance of having an exotic car, like a Ferrari or something like that, and it feels more like a status symbol than the other ones did. Who knows? But it does seem like the C8 is selling well. Anyway, let's talk about the C8 Z06 and how this also affects the development of the C8 ZR1 and what we sort of know. Really quick, let's talk about the C8 Z06. The C8 Z06 is one of the best American sports cars I've ever driven. It's an exotic car without a doubt. In fact, I had a bad meal the night before, which made my stomach a little upset. But then the next day was the press day on track, which I then felt so confident in this car that I made myself throw up. So that's either the worst or best marketing line of all time for a sports car. In other words, I had such a fun time in the C8 Z06 that I felt confident on these high G corners and high G braking that I literally made myself throw up.
I think I'm going to stop standing up now.
That's saying something. One and only time that's ever happened in a sports car, thank you very much. I will say though, in the passenger seat, starting to take a toll on me. Hot laps I definitely don't handle as well as I used to. Age is a wonderful thing. So with the C8, wow. So with the C8 Z06 being naturally aspirated, where do we go from here for the C8 ZR1? Well, I think a lot of people are speculating that they're gonna take the C8 Z06 flat plane crank engine and twin turbo it or boost it in some way and then put it in the C8 ZR1. I'll be honest with you, that sounds amazing to twin turbocharge the flat plane crank engine, but I don't really see that happening. What I do kind of see happening is taking that engine's kind of philosophy and displacement by chance, and then making it cross-plane crank and then twin turboing it. I could see that happening without a doubt. Why do you say that, David? Well, because Ford did it. With the Shelby GT350, with the flat plane crank, it was a great setup, 8250 RPM, it was extraordinarily fun to drive, and the flat plane crank just sang. It sounded incredible. But when Ford developed the GT500, they went with the 5.2 that was like the GT350, but they switched it back over to a cross-plane crank, notably, probably for longevity purposes and reliability purposes. That's why I think Chevy's probably gonna do something along the same lines. I want to be wrong. It would be awesome if it was a twin turbo flat plane crank, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. That would not be a fun warranty, I can tell you that. Oh yeah, by the way, side note, have you seen a Corvette ERay yet in the wild? Like, not on videos, not at the track or anything, just around? I've seen one. I've seen one Corvette ERay, and that's not me hating on it. I think it's a really cool version of the Corvette. It's extraordinarily fast. It's really cool, but I have not seen them anywhere. Have you seen one? Let me know. Actually, now to think of it, I've seen more C8 Z06s on the road than I have of the ERay. So, will the new Corvette ZR1 be faster than its predecessor or the C8 Z06? Yes, it will absolutely be faster than the Z06. It will definitely be faster than the C7 ZR1 and obviously the C6 ZR1. But I have one thing I'm a little worried about the C8 ZR1 in general, and this is an emotional opinion, full disclosure. What made those previous ZR1s so wonderful and so wild and crazy and potentially scary, but in a good way, is that it was front engine and rear wheel drive. You had all this horsepower and torque from these supercharged V8s that when you got into it, you felt the whole thing squat and it just sucked you back in your seat and you literally would see the nose start to rise. My face is being melted. It was this really raw experience, especially with the manual transmissions. No, they sounded incredible. They were super gnarly. You felt just the snarling engine in front of you, and it was just a super raw driving experience. Kind of said, I know it's not really fair to say, but I always kind of said that the C6 Z06 and the C7 ZR1 were like if the Terminator had an unlimited budget. Like, that's how I kind of see it. It just, if it was transaxle and it had better suspension and all that kind of stuff, it just feels so raw in those cars. Every experience I've ever had in a Corvette ZR1 was memorable and a ton of fun. So will the new ZR1 be faster than those generations? Yes. Absolutely. There's rumors saying that's going to be 800 or 900 horsepower in a production car that you can just go buy. Pretty wild stuff. And yes, EVs make these crazy big horsepower numbers, but you know what I'm saying. Out of a combustion engine, that's really awesome. But will the C8 ZR1 be as raw as those last two? I don't think so. Probably not. Due to it being mid-engine setup, it's gonna be sorted better, it's gonna get traction better, it's going to be faster in every single way. It's going to be no joke. It's going to be ridiculously fast, but it's probably not going to be as raw as the last ones. And that is good or bad, in your opinion. So it's also obvious there's not going to be a manual with the C8 ZR1. I would be unbelievably shocked if they did that. They didn't even do it for the normal C8 Stingray or the C8 Z06, so I really don't see them doing it for the ZR1 with the most horsepower. Probably to avoid Gen 1 Viper situations, you know, where like 50% of the first production was totaled by their owners. But that also didn't have traction control or ABS or a good chassis or a good top or... You know what I'm trying to say. It was an unsafe car. Plus, you can't have a midlife crisis, you know, with a manual transmission. Has to be that auto with that target down, dude, you know? But it'll really make me sad if this car ends up, once again, as a collector item that nobody drives. They buy the car for sticker or over sticker, put it away in a garage somewhere, then hope that in 5 or 10 years they can go to Barrett-Jackson and sell it for $1 zillion. I'm just tired of that, man. I'm tired of these new sports cars getting marked up like crazy. This one I'm giving a little bit more grace because we know it's going to be expensive. It's not like a Mustang or a Camaro or something where you go to the dealership and you're like, why is there $20,000 of markup on this? That's stupid. This we know is going to be expensive, but I just hope it doesn't end up in Ford GT territory where you never get to see them, they're locked away, and people flip them. And that's what I'm really scared about this one. I mean, the C6 ZR1 when it came out was somewhere around $112,000 in the 2000s. That's a lot of money. So this one's gonna be preposterous. And the C7 was crazy expensive too. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's really all we have so far. I'm not gonna really waste your time, just gonna keep on speculating. That's what we pretty much know so far. Just thought it'd be fun to talk about real quick and get your guys' opinion on it. My favorite thing about these news story videos is the comment section and what you guys have a great discussion, and most of you guys, thankfully on my channel, are very kind-hearted and like to talk about things in a fairly civil way. Put it down in the comment section below. Talk about the new Corvette ZR1, what you want from it, what you want to see from it. I'd love to hear you guys' opinion. And on that note, I upload on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.